Dun, 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 dun. There we go. There's our live stream. Alrighty, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Game number 2 of the season. 1979. Cincinnati hosting San Francisco. We're going to be using the Statis Pro Advanced with dice version as opposed to the fast action deck. So we're going to be using the dice charts. I've got a few of the printouts, so we should be a little bit better this episode, but we'll see how things roll here. All right, Statis Pro Advanced. So we got Cincinnati pitching Tom Hume. Tom Hume? Tom Hume. Probably Tom Hume. I would guess his name is Hume, but not 100% sure. There are now 150 people watching. Holy cow. Well, lucky me, I got 150. Dave Gardner just had a wonderful live stream with Ron. Good to hear him talking all kinds of things. The John McCain quotes were just making me laugh my butt off. That was great. I love that. So, anyways, good channel, good chat, good to see. Here we go. It's going to be Billy North against Tom Hume. It might just be Wagner up at the plate. It's Wagner up to the plate. Billy North. So he's going to be coming from the left-hand side. 2-7. It's going to come off of his thing. So 3. So there is no... So it's 11, so it's going to come off Billy North, and he rolled a 14, actually. Versus right-hander, 14 is going to be line base hit into right field. Left field, even. So base hit into left field. He's a double-A stealer. Double-A stealer. Let me get him out my... I wasn't going to... thought I wasn't going to need this. It's Wagner up at the plate. Wagner... He'll never let that one down, Dave Gardner. Oh my God, that was too funny when I heard that. I just can't stop laughing about that. So with Billy North on first, he might try to take off here and steal second. Let's see if I can find my stupid steal chart now. I've got charts and charts and more charts. I was just going to put this one up on the thing. But then I thought, well, what if I need the chart? What am I going to do if I don't have it? So I decided to actually, where the hell did I put the damn thing? Oh, Wagner, Honus Wagner. Oh, that's funny. Oh, it just makes me chuckle every time I think about it. Why can't I find the goddamn steel charts now? Had all my charts on earlier, and then while I was watching Dave Gardner, his live chat, I moved all my stuff aside so I could cut out my cards. I got the 2005 season all separated out. Alright, that's it. I'm just going to pull it up on my up on the computer here. Charts. There we go. All right, base stealing chart. There we go. I'll just slide it over here, see, because you guys don't need to see it. I just need to be able to see it. All right, there we go. All right, Jesus. Off to a slow start as usual. All right, so Billy North. Double-A stealer and hold rating of A. Double-A and an A. Excellent. Drops him down to an A. She's going to think about stealing here, and he is going to go. Let's see what happens. It's a 43. 43 says A or double-A steals. Everyone else holds. So Billy North steals second base, and he gets in scoring position. So that brings up for San Francisco, Terry Whitfield, the left fielder. Nobody out here in the top of the first. And it is a 7 versus the lefty, so it's going to come off of Tom Hume's card. He rolled a 36 versus a lefty. 36 is a strikeout, so big strikeout there by Tom Hume. And there's one away. That brings up Bill Madlock, second baseman. And it is a 4 versus the right-hander, so that's going to come off of Hume's card. He rolled a 82. That'll be an out. We've got to see what kind of out it is. I guess the right-hander is an RN. 32 and an RN. It's going to be a G5 with a runner at second. 5-3, no advance. So it's going to be a ground ball down to third base. There we go. Ground G5. There we go. And North will stay, and we have 2 away now. For Jack Clark, 1979 San Francisco Giants. And we got a 1, which means after this play we will check for an error, and it's going to go 83 against the RP. 83 is going to go into right field, so we're going to check the right fielder for Cincinnati, and I should make things a little easier for myself. I'm going to take the little lineup thing here, save it. God damn it! What are you doing to me? Yeah, we don't need it to go there. We need it to go to the desktop. Thank you. No. Oh, my God. Alright. Here we go. I have to have this little line up here so I can see who's on different positions. I don't need that either. Thanks. Thanks. All right, so went out to right field, and it's going to be Ken Griffey. Ken Griffey for Cincinnati, and Ken Griffey in right field. What's going to be his in right field? He is a 3 range, or 3 defense, 3 defense. And with a 3 defense, we got to find out if it's an error or not. So it is going to be. I'm looking for the chart here. Which one is it going to be on? Doubles. No. I need the CD check of 3. Oh, it's because I got to go to the CD chart. Of course, right. It's been a while since I played this game, so I need to refresh my memory. I got cards on the way, so I wanted to get back in the swing of things here with this. And for some reason, I don't have that chart either. Good Lord. Tomorrow at work, I'm going to go in. I'm going to print out all the charts, update them. I'm going to throw all these old charts away so I won't have to worry about them anymore. I'll have all the updated charts and everything ready to go. Base runner advancement chart, base stealing chart, clutch defense chart. Here we go. All right. Here's the clutch defense chart. We're going to right field, and he is a 3. Let's roll on that and see what he gets. He rolled a 48 to the outfield, 348. That's going to be blooper, drops in for a hit, single, runners advance 1 base, 2 bases if there is 2 outs. So that is going to be a single and a 2 base advance. And going to third is going to be Billy North. as Ken Griffey could not get that one. And we have to check for an error on Griffey as well. Griffey is he's an E3. E3 will be a E3. Oh, I see how they're doing that. E3. Huh. Well, I'm going to roll a 20-sider dice and make things a little bit easier for me. It's a 17, so no error on Griffey. All right. So runners at the corners now with 2 outs, and that brings up Darrell Evans. Darrell Evans, we will roll the dice and see what happens here. I don't need that window open. Don't need that window open. Here we go. Hey Bob, how you doing? Hope all is well. Quick question. When you record videos, when you are interviewing someone on live chat, so do you see both people on a split screen? What's up? We use StreamYard. StreamYard. Check out StreamYard, Bob. Hey DC, how you doing? Good to see you. 2 runners on. Runners at no, that's right. He scores, right, because it was a 2-base advance on the single. So it's 1-0, right? And we got a runner at first for Darrell Evans, 1-0. And it's an 11, so it's going to come off of Evans' card. He rolled a 42, and that is going to be a +4 from Hume. So a 42 turns into a 46, which is still a walk on Darrell Evans. So he's going to walk him. Walk him. Oops, I'm going to click back here. So runners are first and second now. Hume trying to get through this top of the first inning here in Cincinnati. And the roll here against Mike Ivy. It's a 9, so that is going to go against the right-hander. It's going to be on Ivy's card. He rolls a 34. 34 is going to be a deep drive. Oh, Nille! It's going to be a deep drive. 34 is a deep drive. So 34 is going to be a deep drive. Now, I don't have this, so I'm going to have to get it for you guys real quick. Just another thing. Oh my God. I can't wait till my cards get here, so I don't have to deal with this trying to run it on the computer stuff anymore. Let's see. Baseball and downloads. What are we on? 1979 season. I'm looking for the ball. Oh, you know what? Okay. No, it won't be in there. It'll be over here. We're playing at what? Riverfront Stadium's where we're playing, right? I gotta find Cincinnati. Cincinnati. Where are you? Here you are. Alright, so let's make a card for Cincinnati here. Print screen, thank you. Riverfront Stadium. We're gonna save this as Cincinnati. There we go. Slide this over a little bit so I can see. So here's the card. Here's the deep drive check off of Mike Ivy with 2 men aboard. It's a deep fly, Mike Ivy, and it looks like Tom Hume is clutch, so he will add 20 to the roll. Add 20 to the roll. Let's see what he does on maybe. Let's think. I think the clutch is only when it's on the RP. Actually, I'm not 100% sure. I think the clutch only goes if they're on their their clutch rating, not on the deep drive. Anyways, we rolled a 37, and that one is gone. Hit well by Mike Ivy, and that one goes out into deep left field. 36 is gone. 46, 56, it'd still be gone in Cincinnati. And that one is going to be a 3-run home run for Mike Ivy, and the San Francisco Giants take a 4-0 lead off the drive from Ivy. Holy cow. Primetime baseball, so Strat Baseball History. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate it, man. Good to see you. Oh, Tom Hume. Not very happy with his pitching so far. Still 2 outs. Trying to get through this top of the first inning. And that is going to be a 3. So this is going to come off of Hume's card. But that is an 18 versus a right-hander. 18 is going to be a strikeout. And that will end the top of the first inning. But not before 4 runs on 3 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the first. And it's going to be John Montefiasco against Ken Griffey Jr., Dave Concepcion, Joe Morgan, George Foster, Dan Dresden, Johnny Bench, Rick Auerbach, Cesar Geronimo, and Tom Hume. So let's see what Montefiasco has in mind against Ken Griffey, the left-hander. Against the lefty, that is a 7, and it'll come off a Griffey card. 86 against the right-hander. It's going to be an out. Let's see what kind of out he is. Griffey against the right-hander is an LN. That's a 15, and an LN is going to be a F2. A little dribbler in front of the plate, and coming out to get that one is going to be the catcher. He's going to throw it on to first in time, 1 away. And that brings up Dave Concepcion. Here, 1979. Game number 2. Montefiasco, the righty. And that is a 7 against the right-hander. So it's going to come off of Concepcion, 27. And that's going to be hit into center field, and that's going to fall in. Nah, Billy North is not going to be able to catch that one, and that is going to be a double for Dave Concepcion. And he is aboard trying to get the red machine rolling today. That brings up Joe Morgan, the second baseman. 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning is 4-0 San Francisco. Once I get in the swing of things will go a little bit faster. It's going to come off of Morgan. That is a 10. And he rolled a 53. Right-hander 53. And oh, geez. That is an out. Just barely. But that is an out. And what kind of out is it going to be with the runner at second? Morgan is an LN. He rolled a 36. LN 36. That's a G. 4A. So the runner is going to move up on the ground ball over to second base. That is going to be Bill Madlock over to Mike Ivy at first. Ground ball. And advancing to third will be Concepcion. And you will not hear me. So I'm playing the dice version of Statis Pro Advance. With the dice version, you roll a 6-sided dice, a different colored one. And on a 1, it tells you to check for an error. And if you roll a 6 on that dice, you look at the 2 6-siders that's rolled. On a 2 to 8, you check for a clutch defense. And if it's 9 to 12, you're going to check for clutch batting. So if it's not a 1 or a 6, I just ignore that dice. So that's why I'm not checking for errors all the time like you're supposed to if you use the fast action cards. It's because we're doing a different system. We're using the dice system. With the dice system, you don't check for errors unless you roll the 1. So, all right. So I just thought I would point that out. So who's up? George. It's George Foster, fielder. George Foster will bat .302 in 1979 for the Reds. We rolled a 4 on that special dice, so we can ignore it. And then we rolled a 12, so it's going to come off of Foster's card. And we rolled a 12 on the PB check. And then we rolled a 12 A 1-2 on the double 8-siders, and that is going to be a line base hit in the left field. Line base hit in the left field, and Concepcion's going to score on the single. And it's a 4-1 ball game here. George Foster not very fleet of foot. They will hold him on at first as, you know what, Mike Ivy was going to play behind him, actually. And that's going to bring up Dan Dresden for the Reds. It's a 4-1 ball game. A lot of action going on here in the first inning. And a 5 on the special dice we can ignore. It's a 9 versus the left-hander. He's a 2-6, so it's going to come after Dresden scored. 62 is going to be an out. Now he is a LP. He rolled a 75 and an LP. And that is going to be a fly ball into deep center field. And that will be the last out of the inning. His side will be retired. It was a deep shot. Runners could have advanced from second and third, but doesn't matter as that is going to end the inning. We go to the bottom, top of the second is a 4-1 score here. I figure being in quarantine, you would have time to study the pronunciation of names. Driesen. Dan Driesen. Of course it's Dan Driesen. What did I say? Dresden? No. Roger Metzger. Up for San Francisco against Tom Hume. The Reds down 4-1 in the top of the second inning. And this time it's a 6, so we're going to go to we look at the two 6-sided dice. And they total 7, which means we are going to check some CD. We're going to check the defense. We rolled a 38 for Metzger, who is an LN. On an LN of 38, it's going to be going to third base. Third baseman for the Reds is Rick Auerbach. Rick Auerbach is going to have a 2 there at third base, and we're going to roll and see what we come up with for a 2 on third baseman. 45, 2 and a 45. Hard ground ball through the hole into left field. Single, runners advance 1 base. So Roger Metzger with the single. Past third baseman there, Auerbach. And he's aboard with the pitcher spot coming up. It's John Montefico. And yes, I think he is going to try to bunt. Let's see, what is his sacrifice rating? He's a BB. Corners are going to come in, so he'll drop to a C bunter. C bunter. Well, let's see here. Charts. Let's look at our... Well, I might just keep this chart up over here because bunting. Let's see here. Base stealing. I need the bunt chart. That'd be super good. Sacrifice chart. There it is. Oh, it's on the same as the base stealing. That's very convenient. Okay. So he's a BB, and we have a runner at first. And nobody out here in the top of the second inning. And here comes the pitch. He rolls a 26. 26 on a C. 26 is going to be sacrifice, runners advance, batter out 5-3. It's going to be a sacrifice hit. Advancing to second, and it's going to go assist to the third baseman. And put out over there. We'll just call it first. It doesn't really matter. It's an out. So that's going to move the runner up, and we're back to the top of the lineup. Billy North, 1 for 1 in this game. Batting .500 against Cincinnati this season. 2 hits and 4 at-bats. Billy North. Oh, 6. So we're going to be checking defense again. And this time it's a 41 for the LN. 41 is going to be to second base. That's going to be Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan is a... Oh, he's a 1. He's a 1 at second. Not great. Second base. There it is. And he rolled a 1. Let's see what we roll. 54 and a 1. 54 and a 1 is going to be... Can't get to the ground or up the middle. Single. Runners advance to base. So the defensive checks have not been good for Cincinnati. And that's going to score another run on the single. And coming to score is Metzger. Good sacrifice. Good hit. That is just what you want to see from your team. And San Francisco leads this one 5-1. And it's Terry Whitfield batting .400, 2 hits at 5 at bats. Tom Hume, whatever his name is, not doing very good. Whatever his name is. Bob, you added a D to Dresden. No worries. Dan forgives you. Treason, right, it's treason, right. I remember that now. Terry Whitfield, here we go. This time the special 6-handers blank hits a 6 versus the left-hander, so it's going to come off of Hume's card. Roll the 43 versus the lefty. 43 will be an out. And against the LN, with the runner at first, he rolls an 86. LN 86 is going to be a deep fly ball to right field. Deep fly to right. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I want to fly out to right is what I want. There you go. And he will runner at first on the deep fly ball to right. Star. So you have to be either an A, B, or C to advance to second. Because it was so deep. The runner at first is Billy North. He's probably pretty fast. He's an A. He's going to advance to second on the flyout, actually. All right. So runner second now with 2 outs. And that brings up Bill Madlock. Madlock's still looking for his first hit of the season. Hume trying to get through this inning. That's a 9, and against the right-hander, that's going to come off of Madlock's card. He rolled a 77, though. That will be an out. Against the RN in a 23 is going to be grounded to second, and that's going to do it. But the San Francisco Giants pick up another run, and it's 5-1 going in the bottom of the second. Brings up Johnny Bench. Might have heard of this guy, Johnny Bench. If you follow baseball at all, I know Dave Gardner doesn't, but he mightn't even have heard him, although he hasn't heard of Honus Wagner. All right, here we go. Oh, it's a 1. Well, on the 1, we're going to check for an error after the play is done. It is a 6. Johnny Bench is a right-hander, so it's going to come off of Montefusco. He rolled a 64. That will be an out. What kind of out is it? 82 versus the RN. RN and a 62. It's going to be the short. We do have to check on the shortstop. That's going to be Roger Metzger. Roger Metzger at short is a E5. Roll the 20 signer. It's a 17, so no error, and that will be a ground out to short. All right, moving on. So it's Rick Auerbach for the Reds. We're going to check for an error again. 9, and so this one's going to come off of Auerbach. That is a 67. 67 is going to be a walk 55 to 72, so it's a big walk range there. He will take a base on balls, and that brings up Cesar Geronimo. One-on-one out here in the top of bottom of the second. Oh, wait. Since it was a walk, we don't need to check for error. Right, so Cesar Geronimo. And nothing on the special dice. It's a 3, so it's going to come off Montefasuco. 52 versus the lefty. 52 is an out. A LN, let's see what kind of out it is. 46. And 46 is going to be a GX5 with the runner at first. And it's going to be a fielder's choice out at second. 5-4 on the put out. And that brings up Hume with 2 outs. Obviously can't sacrifice. Cool thing with the Statis Pro Advance, they actually had the pitchers like batting information on their card, which is super cool. And some pitchers if they had lots of results, they will actually have their own batting card as well as their pitching card. So, alrighty, here we go. 2 outs now. Pitchers up. This is going to be a 4. It's going to come off Montefasuco. 52 against the what is he? What does he bat? Let's see. Where is that batting? Oh, he's RN. Okay, so right-hander, and we rolled a 52, so that will be an out. And RN. Well, actually, the pitchers have their own column, so 51 actually is going to be ground ball to second, and that's going to do it for the Reds. I really like the dice version, so I know sometimes with the fast action cards, but I get a little confused. I forget to roll for errors, all kinds of stupid stuff, so I like the dice version. And actually, when you get going, it's really smooth. Right now, I'm kind of haphazard because I got cards on the computer. I've got information in front of me. You know, I have to look up different things. Tomorrow will be different. I'll have the charts printed out. I'll have, hopefully the cards will be here tomorrow. And so I think that'll be a lot easier tomorrow. We'll see. All right, so we're in the top of the third inning. We're cruising right along. Jack Clark is up. And that is a 7 versus right-hander, so it's going to come off of Clark's card, 24. And that is another double. That was hit into right field, and that's going to fall in. Not able to get to that one is Griffey. He's going to get it in. Clark's going for 2. Here comes the throw and the tag, and safe is the call at second. It was a close play. But the leadoff man is aboard for San Francisco, coming out of nowhere. Am I playing the full season? I will not play this 1979 season right now. I've got the printed copy of the 2017 and the 1986 season. So it's going to be one of those two because I'll have the cards printed out. These are obviously from a PDF that I bought because he actually had a sale going on until Easter. I don't know. I'm assuming it would still be on tonight, being Easter tonight. If you go to the Statis Pro Advanced Facebook page, you can get some information about it. Place your order if you're interested. So I ordered them a couple days ago. I thought, well, you know, since I'm ordering a couple printed seasons, I might as well get a couple PDFs. So I'll print out the 1979 season. I also have like the 71 season. Well, I'll tell you what seasons I got actually. I got the 87, 81, and 79 seasons on PDF, and I got the 86 and 2017 seasons on print. So it'll probably be one of those. You know, I'm going to do some Statis Pro. Probably the 2017 season, or maybe the 1985. What did I say? 1986. So I don't know. Philip Reynolds is here. He's a big San Francisco Giant fan. He's rooting for them, I'm sure. They're up 5-1, and who is up? It's Daryl Evans is up. What happened to Daryl? Well, we have a double. I can't remember where we're at because we stopped to talk. And here comes the pitch. Nothing on the special dice is an 8, so it's coming off Evans' card. 74, though, will be an out. With the runner at second, Evans is an LN. 45 LN, and that is going to be G5 with the runner at second, and it's going to be a 5-3 putout. Runner will not advance. He will stay at second. Clark gets back there. 1 out. And yes, Philip Reynolds loves San Francisco. He's rooting for San Francisco. I know he does. And due up is Mike Ivy. So Ivy... since Philip Reynolds is just arriving, and I know since he's a big San Francisco fan, we'll relive what happened in the bottom of the first inning. Yes, we have runners at first and second. Mike Ivy at the plate. Here comes the pitch from Hume, and it's down the middle, and Ivy's got all that one, and it's headed out to the right center field. Back is Griffey, back to the wall. He watches it, and it's gone. Mike Ivy with a 3-run home run. And that got the Giants jumping in the dugout here in Cincinnati as they take a 4-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. That's a rebroadcast from our exciting top of the first inning. Let's see what Mike Ivy does this time. And that is a 7 versus a right-hander, so it's going to come off Ivy. 53 is a strikeout, so swinging for the fences that time and couldn't get it. So 2 outs now for Mark Hill. And this is a 6, so we're going to be looking at the 2 6-sided dice. And we rolled a 5, so it's going to be a CD check. 24 for Mark Hill, and he's an RN of 24, and it's going to be 24. It's going to go to second base, so we're going to be checking the second baseman again. That's little Joe Morgan, and we already know Joe Morgan was a 1. No, I'm sorry. This is CD. He's a 1. Let's see if Joe can make this one. And we rolled a 26 and a 1 at second base. 26 and a 1. Ball falls just out of the reach. Single, runners advance 1 base, or 2 if there's 2 outs. There is 2 outs, and Mark Hill's going to nail it by Joe Morgan at second. That's going to be a single. Rounding third and coming in to score is Clark, and they take a 6-1 lead here. I know that makes Philip Reynolds really happy about that. Big San Francisco fan. I know he is. So Mark Hill delivers, and that brings up Roger Metzger. And he is 1 for 1 in the day. 7 hits so far. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He is down to like 1 point. He's only got a 15 rating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Plus the 6 runs is 14. So he only has one more hit and he's out. 1 more hit and he's out of there. Roger Metzger. Can he get him out? Knock out the pitcher here in the top of the third inning. We will see. It's a 7 versus a lefty, and 2-7 is going to come off of Hume's card, and that is a 68, and that will be an out, and they're going to get out of the inning. And 85 against an LN. 85 is going to be a fly ball to right, and going back to make the catch this time is Ken Griffey. This time he's able to reach this one. And that will do it for the top of the third inning. But the Giants strike again. 6 runs on 7 hits and no errors. We go to the bottom of the third. Cincinnati due up is going to be the top of the order, Ken Griffey. Whoops. Ken Griffey against Montefasuco. It's a 6. And we rolled a 9, so that's going to be a clutch batting, but there's no one on, so we can ignore that, actually. So it's a reroll, I believe. I don't think... let me check the rule real quick on that. I think if you roll a BD and there's nobody on, it's a reroll, but let me just check that. I remember reading this in the book, and then I watched Bleacher Bums Gaming. I think he was playing it differently than the way I read it, so he might house rule something, or change the rule to suit his needs. BD. All right. If the result is BD and there's at least one runner on base, flip a new card. Blah blah blah. If the newly if there's no runners on base, disregard the BD result and return to step 1. Okay, yeah. So it's basically a re-roll. So yeah, I just wanted to double check that because, like I said, so it's a re-roll against Ken Griffey here. 7 versus the lefty. It's going to come off of Griffey. That is at 41. And that is hit well. Griffey got all that one. It's going out in the deep left field. Back to the wall is Terry Whitfield. He leaps up. He's died. No, just off his glove and over the wall. Home run, Ken Griffey. And that cuts the lead to 6-2 here at Cincinnati and got the crowd back energized in this one here. Ken Griffey will hit 8 home runs in the season, and that was one of them. Dave Concepcion doubled his first time up. Oh, it's a 6 and an 8, so it's going to be a defensive check. 24 for the right-hander. And 24 is going to be the second base. So this time it's Bill Madlock we're going to test. Bill, where's Bill? Bill Madlock. And at second base, oh, he's a 0. That can't be good. That can't be good, can it? 72 and a 0. And popping up behind first base. Drops just fair, single, runner advanced 1 base. Or 2 bases if there is 2 outs. But so that's going to be a pop fly just into foul territory down the first base line. And Madlock cannot get to it. And that's going to fall in for a single. And that brings up Joe Morgan. Joe Morgan not having a great day defensively. He's already got two balls get by him at second base. Joe Morgan, though, he'll hit 250 on the season. Oh, it's a 1 again, so we're going to check for an error at the end of this play. Got to try and remember that. And it's a 7, so it's going to come off the Morgan card. He rolled a 44, and that, oh my gosh, that will be a walk. So just like that, the Reds are making a push back here. Runners at first and second, nobody out yet. That brings up George Foster. We're in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Montefasuco. And since it was a walk, again, we didn't need to check for an error. 2, so we can disregard it. It's coming off of Montefasuco. That is a 6 versus the right-hander and a 58, and that will be an out with runners at first and second. Foster's an RP, a 58 and an RP. 58, and that's going to be liner right at the shortstop. Oh, good play there. Metzger raises up and liner right at short. They cannot get the runner on second, though. Interesting. Let's just make sure. L6 is just an L6. I don't think Statis Pro has where the line out can be turned into a double play. Unfortunately, might have to house rule that in there. Dan Dresden, 0 for 1, and now 1 out for Dan. And an 8, so this is going to come off of Dresden's card. And 36 is a Steve Reich 3 called on the outside corner. Dresden didn't like that one, but that was a called third strike, and that brings up Johnny Bench. 2 men on, 2 outs here. Montefisuco trying to buckle down for the Giants. They're up 6-2. And a 6, so this is coming off the pitcher's card. 75, right-hander, that will be an out. And he will get out of the inning once we figure out what it is. It is a 44 RN, and a 44 is going to be a ground ball to shortstop. Making the play there is Metzger over to first. Ivy makes the catch, and that will retire the side. We will go to the top of the 4th inning. And once again, Tom Hume down to his last batter. One more man aboard, and he will have to be pulled. Tabletop Sports Delaware. Where have you been, my friend? I miss you so much. Where have you been all my life? Love that guy. He is just one of my all-time favorite. I know it. I'm not going to get all mushy on you guys, but man, I love that man. He's a wonderful human being. Go check out Tabletop Sports Delaware. It did a wonderful review of Glory Days boxing the other day. I'm not a boxing guy, but he made me want to go play it, so that's a good thing. All right, Montefisuco, and he will come to the plate for. This is coming off of Hume, and that's a 62. 62 versus, what is he? He is a, I got to get to the card. He is an RN. So right-hander, 62 is going to be an out. And pitcher out is going to be a 66. And that is going to be grounder to short. So, little grounder to short. And again, Cincinnati's got lots of activity out in the bullpen. And it brings up Bill North. North is 2 for 2. He's got a stolen base. Came in to score in the first inning. He's just been all over Hume. He's read his pitches like the back of a Wheaties box. Bill North. It's a 6 and a 4, which means we're going to be checking CD. Clutch defense, 28 versus the LN. LN in a 28 is going to be... Oh, no. Say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. LN in a 28 is going to be the second baseman. We know who that is. Oh, my gosh. That's another one for Joe Morgan. Are they going to blast another one by him? Let's see. That's an 84. Maybe he's got a shot at this one. What was his rating again? Joe Morgan, 1. Right, he's a 1 and an 84. Goes deep in the hole. Just snips batter at first. Oh, wow. Runners advance the base. But he gets the runner out. Joe Morgan, look at him go. Deep in the hole to get that one. Steals the hit away. And that brings the crowd to their feet as well. Holy cow. Joe Morgan playing some defense there. Terry Whitfield up for the Giants. 6-2 is your score. And that's a 4. So it's coming off of Hume's card. 26, lefty. Oh no, and that's going to fall into right field. And that'll be it for Hume as he's let up his mandatory 15 his strength there. So that, I think, is going to... there's 2 outs. You know what? They're going to let him go. They're going to leave him in and see if he can get through this inning. Makes sense. Madlock is up. Bill Madlock. And that is a 6 versus the righty. So it's coming off of Madlock's card. 47. So you notice here he's got a 41-45 walk rating. But you notice over here on here, it's a +4. So anytime you roll in the walk rating, you always add 4 to the result. We rolled a 47. Wait, 47 would not be in there. It is an out. We're doing how to add. 47 is an out. So disregard everything I was saying. So it's going to be an out, and this will end the inning. RN, and he rolled a 12 on an RN. That's a grounder back to the pitcher. And it looks like we go to the bottom of the 4th inning here. Bob, don't fall prey to the Clinton trap. IDJ has been known to butcher a name or 3. Wow. Really? I don't love you anymore, man. That's it. Divorce. 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 We go to the bottom of the 4th. Montefasuco against Rauerbeck. Rick Rauerbeck. And that is a 12. So it's coming off of Auerbach. We roll an 86. That will be an out. He's an RN, and a 64 RN is going to be... 64 is going to be a fly ball to left. And no, I don't butcher anybody's name. I don't know what you're talking about. And due up is going to be Cesar Geronimo. That's a 7. It's coming off of Geronimo, but again, it's an 81, so that will be an out. Geronimo LN and 11 is going to be back to the pitcher. Ground ball back to the pitcher. 2 quick outs here, and with Hume not being able to come out anymore, they might as well pitch hit for him. Question is, who are they going to bring in to pitch hit? That is a great question, my friends. And you know who it's going to be? It's going to be... Dun 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 dun. Gotta find my files here. Statis Pro Baseball, 1979, Cincinnati. And you know who it's gonna be? There it is. Dun dun dun. Coming into pinch hit for the Cincinnati Reds. Number 26, Dave Collins. Dave Collins. Coming in. I don't know what his number is. I was just throwing that out. Wouldn't that be funny if it was number 26? That would be funny. I would laugh. I would laugh at that if his number was really 26, because I was like just guessing. All right, Dave Collins is going to come in and pinch hit for Cincinnati. So that's the book on Hume today here in Cincinnati. That's a 4. It's coming off of Montefasuco, but a 16 against the lefty is going to be a single into right field, and that's going to be a base hit. Collins is a bee stealer. He is a beholder. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. He's a beholder. Oh my God. It's crazy night here in Easter. I think Collins with Griffey coming up isn't going to do anything. I'm just going to slide his card aside for a moment, if you don't mind. And it's going to be 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Griffey already got 1 home run on this. Let's see what he can do this time. It's an 8. It's coming off of his card. 53. And that's a walk. So Griffey is aboard. Griffey is aboard. So 2 men on for Dave Concepciano. And Montefasuco, let's see what he's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's 10. So he's not going to be in here much longer either. Concepcion, bat 281 in the season. 348 OPS, and it's going to be a 9. It's coming off of Conception at a 27. And that's 9 base hit double into center field. And runner is going to come around and score. Runner on first is Griffey. Ken Griffey, what is his claim to fame? He's a B runner. He's thinking about running. Let's see. That is a double with a runner on first. Let's see if he can come in. It's a 67. Double on first. He is a B. And he will go to, what do we roll? 67. We have to check the throwing arm, actually, of the center fielder. Center fielder is going to be Bill North. Bill North, and his throwing arm is a T2. So a T2 is, he will score in a 51 to 78. I'm sorry, 51 to 74. We rolled a 67, so he will score as well. So 2 RBI double. And just like that, the Reds are back into this one. Is 6-4 ball game. And that's going to hurt because that is 3 points against him, too. And Joe Morgan, again, they want to try and get Montefusco. They want Montefusco to make it through this inning because he is due up. Whatever. No, he's not. Okay, well, they still want him to get through this inning. Joe Morgan. Let's see what Joe does. 5 is coming off of Montefusco, and 32 versus the lefty, and 32. Oh, it's a walk. It's a walk with the open base, and these walks are killing them. Runners are first and second with 2 outs, and George Foster. Montefusco, you got to get this out, man. What are you doing? Oh, it's a 1, which means we're going to be checking for an error as well. This one's coming off of Foster. 67, right-hander, and oh my gosh, 67 to 78 is a walk for George Foster, and he's going to walk the bases loaded. And that is going to be it for Montefusco, who was trying to get through this inning. And wow. Just like that, the tide is turned, and the big red machine is rolling. And you know what? They're going to leave him in. They're going to leave him in. With 2 outs, bases loaded. They're going to have a meeting on the mound. They're going to talk to him. He says he's fine. He says he's got this. And with Dan Dresden coming in. Versus a right-hander. Man, that is... Man, these Cincinnati Red cards are loaded for bear, aren't they? Wow. They are loaded for bear. Montefusco, yes, he's going to stay in. He says he's all right. Here he goes. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 2 runs in. It's a 5 on the special dice. This time it's a 4 on the 2d6, so it's coming off of Montefusco, and an 82 is going to get him out of the inning, as that will be an out. Dresden, the lefty, is an LP, and he rolled a 32 on an LP. 32 on an LP is a ground ball to second, and that will do it. A lot of stress for him, and he's going to make it through 4 at least. We go to the top of the 5th. We need a new pitcher, and that is going to be... It's going to be Fred... It's going to be Tom Seaver. No, it's not. It's going to be Fred Norman. Let's see if Fred Norman is available. And the Fred Norman will bat 9th. So Fred Norman, the lefty, is going to come in to face off against Jack Clark. 3.64 ERA. Will pitch 195 innings. He was 11-13. He had 5 complete games. At early point in the season, though, he must be on in the bullpen, it looks like. Fred Stormin Norman, lefty versus Jack Clark. And that is going to be a 1. So once again, we're going to check for an error. We got to remember to do that. God damn it. We got to remember to do that. I'm going to put this dice right here so I don't forget. And that's great because I just left the live stream. Yay. Sorry, guys. My extra mouse clicky. Click, click, click. And I can just get back in. There we go. All right. Sorry. So we will check for an error. It's an 11, so it's coming off of Clark, and he rolled a 23 versus the left-hander. That's a double into right field for Jack Clark. Right fielder is Griffey again. Ken Griffey Jr. No, not the junior. He's the senior guy. Ken Griffey, I knew I'd do that a bunch of times. And right field is a 2, so you just roll a 20-sider, and it's a 6, so that's higher than his 2, so no error. But it's going to be a double into right field for Jack Clark, and the Giants coming right back against Stormin Norman here. And that brings up Darrell Evans, the lefty matchup. Favors Fred Norman. And that is another 1, so we will check for an error again. And this is a 5, so versus the left-hander. This is going to come off of Fred Norman. 63 will be an out. And Darrell Evans against the lefties, an LP. LP of 17. And that's a G3 with the runner at second. It's going to be... Runner at second goes to third on the 3 on his first base unassisted. And going to third on the play will be Clark. So good baseball there. Hit it to the right side. Get the runner over. With less than 2 outs, it brings up Mike Ivy. And Mike Ivy is 1 for 2. Home run and a strikeout. 3 runs shot in the first inning. Really got the Giants on the warpath here. 11 is coming off of Ivy's card. 47 lefty. Uh-oh. And that's a deep drive. And we've got a Cincinnati red card here somewhere. There it is. It's a deep drive. Oh, my goodness. Here it goes. Ivy got a hold of another one. And it's a 65 double. Oh, just barely made a double. I thought it was going to be gone. 11 to 58 would have been gone. But a 65 is a double. That one's hit in the gap. That's going to score Clark easily, and the run right back in for the Giants. And that brings up Mark Hill. Mark Hill for the Giants, and it's now a 7-4 ball game. Great game going on here in Cincinnati. Mark Hill, 3. It's coming off of Norman's card, I think. Yes. No, 8. Versus the right-hander, he's a 4 to 7. A 3, actually, will come off of Mark Hill's card. Not that it matters because it's an 84. And that will be an out. RN, let's see what he rolls. A 75 in RN. That's going to be an F8. Runner at second will not be able to do anything on the F8. Not deep enough, boy. All right, so that's... with 2 outs, Metzger up. The pitcher spot is due up, but Montfusco will probably be pinch hit for anyway. So walking this guy to reach the pitcher spot is not probably good baseball sense. They know Montfusco is tiring already and probably will not come out for the next inning. Yeah, it's going to be Norman against Metzger. He's got to go after him. Metzger, the switch hitter, it doesn't matter who you bring in. He will go the opposite side. And 5 we can ignore. And it's an 8. So it's coming off of Metzger. And that is a 3-3 against the lefty. 3-3. And that is a strike 3 called. So good call there by the manager of the Reds. That happens to be John McNamara. John McNamara is the coach for Cincinnati there. We go to the bottom of the 5th, and just as we suspected, Montefusco is coming out. Maybe, actually. Let me think about this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus 4 runs is 15, and that's what he is. So, yes, he will come out. And it looks like coming in to pitch is going to be new pitcher coming out from the bullpen. Number 71, Gary Lavalier. Oh my gosh. Gary Lavelle. Gary Lavelle is coming in for San Francisco. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, halfway home here, folks, halfway. Hopefully you guys are enjoying our live broadcast here from Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. Gary Lavelle is a left-hander against Ken. No, he's not up against Ken. Ken is in the dugout waiting his turn patiently. It's going to be Johnny Bench. That's who's up. Johnny. And that is going to be a 7 versus a right-hander. It's going to come off of Lavelle. And a 76. That'll be an out. Johnny Bench against the lefty. RP. 8-8 RP. That's a deep fly. It was hit well. It went out to deep right field, but making the catch out there for the out. And that will bring up Rick Auerbach. 6 and then a 3, which means we're going to be doing a CD check. Auerbach against the lefties in RN. He rolled a 52 on an RN. 52 is going to be left fielder. Left fielder is Terry Whitfield. Let's see what Terry Whitfield's claim to fame is. There he is. Terry. Oh, Terry, in left field, you're a 2. Let's see what we roll. That's an 83 and a 2 for the outfielders. And that is deep. Fly off the wall. Ball. Fielder gets the ball quickly. Depending on his throwing arm, he is a T5. So a T4 to 6 single, others double. So that is off the wall and is going to be a long single, actually. As Woodfield cannot get to that. And that brings up Cesar Geronimo. It is 7-4 score here. In the bottom of the 5th inning. And Lavelle against Geronimo. Lefty-lefty matchup. And that is a 6. It's coming off of Lavelle, and that's a 71. That would be an out against the LN. 87 versus an LN. And that is going to be another deep fly. Holy cow, way out into deep right field. Deep right field, and possibly even moving the runner up on a runner on first. If he has a star. Star is A, B, or C will advance. On first is Auerbach, and he is a B, so he will advance from first to second on the deep fly ball. He'll go to second. I'm tagging up. Might as well. All right. So that brings up. It brings up Fred Norman's spot. The pitcher spot. With 2 outs. And they're going to bring in a pinch hitter. Cincinnati is going to bring in a pinch hitter. And that pinch hitter is going to be... There he comes in off the bench. Pine tiring up the bat is going to be no. I want a pinch hitter. There we go. It's going to be Ray Batman Knight for the Reds. Ray Batman Knight. Let's go Reds, says Dave Gardner. Alrighty, Ray Knight comes in, the right-hander to face off against Gary Lavelle. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Runner at second. And that's a 6. It's coming off of Lavelle. 57, and whoa, just barely it out, but it isn't out, and that will do it as he rolls a 53 on the RN. 53 on RN is going to be a ground ball to short, and that's going to do it. So the Reds threaten in the bottom of the 5th. Now we need a new pitcher. And that new pitcher is going to be now coming in from the bullpen. Who is up? Due up. Oh, it's going to be the pitcher spot. Right. So coming in to pitch is going to be Dave Tomlin. He'll bat in the 9th spot. So Dave Tomlin will come in. Let's see. Dave would probably be over this way. There he is. Dave Tomlin for the Reds. And San Francisco is now going to pinch hit. Let's see what they got. Let's see who they got. San Francisco's got somebody. Could be Larry Herndon. Could be. In fact, it will be Larry Herndon, actually. So Larry Herndon's going to come in and pinch hits. All right, so wholesale changes here in the top of the 6th inning. Larry Herndon, the righty, against Dave Tomlin, the lefty. 4, it's coming off of Tomlin's card. 32 versus the right-hander, 32, and struck him out. Steve Wright, 3, perfect pitch in there. And we can just close Herndon's card as his day is done. We'll go back to Billy North at the top of the lineup. Dave Tomlin, we're in the top of the 6th. 7, and he will be coming from the right-hand side, but it's still coming off of Tomlin. 67, that will be another out. Billy North against the lefty is an RN. 18 and an RN, and that's going to be a ground ball to first. Ground ball to first, thank you. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th. And that brings up Terry Whitfield. 1 for 3 on the day is Whitfield. 7 coming off of Whitfield's card. 53, left-hander, 53. And that will be hit by the pitch. No, you got to add anytime you roll. No, you just do that when you're in the walk range, right? So 53 will be a hit by pitch. So he hits him. And that keeps the inning going for Bill Madlock. That slider didn't slide as much as he thought he was going to slide. Madlock is over 3. 6 and a 7 means we're going to be checking for some clutch defense. The defense has not been great today. 14. Madlock is an RN and a 14, and that's going to be the pitcher spot, Dave Tomlin. So he is a 4 for a pitcher. 4 for the pitcher, and let's see what he can muster out here. He needs this out. 53, 4 and a 53 is going to be ball nubbed in front of the mound. And the lead runner is thrown out. Others will hold. So he's going to make the play. No one's on, so it's just going to be a ground ball to the pitcher. And that will do it. 1, 2, 3 inning in the top of the 6th. Now we need another pitcher for I think it's going to have to be... let's look and see who they actually have. Why is Dave Rob? Yeah, I guess it could be Dave Roberts. Who pitched in yesterday's game? I forget. Who started yesterday's game? Oh, it was Vida Blue, right. Right, it was Vida Blue yesterday. So it is going to be, oops. I think it is going to be Dave Roberts. I think it's going to come in. Sure, why not? New pitcher coming in. Number 47, Dave Roberts. All right, we're in the bottom of the 6th. Dave Roberts to the plate, and due up is Ken Griffey. We can close out of that. Ken Griffey. Boy, it would be so much better when I have my cards tomorrow. Ken Griffey is up. Instead of messing around with this stuff on the computer screen. Ken Griffey against Dave Roberts. Lefty-lefty matchup. Ooh, that is a 1, so we're going to be checking for an error. I'm going to pull that out so we can look. 10 is going to come off of Griffey's card. 55, left-hander. Walked him again. So another walk after he hit that bomb in the 3rd inning. San Francisco doesn't want to have anything to do with Ken Griffey. So with the walk, I don't think we need to check for some defense there. Concepcion, a double, a single, and a double. Having a heck of a game. So we should try and get him out there. And that is a 7 right-hander, so it's coming off a Roberts card. 53 out. Concepcion against the lefty is an RN. 75 RN, and that is going to be a fly ball to center field. Oh, come on. Fly ball, center field. So 1 out. That brings up Joe Morgan. 2 walks for Morgan. 6, and we got a clutch defense check coming up. 41 for Joe Morgan. He's an LN. 41 and an LN. And that's the shortstop. That is going to be, we have not checked the shortstop. Metzger. Let's see, what was Metzger shortstop? He's a 2. He's a 2. None of these players are very good. They all kind of suck. Their ranges are terrible. Shortstop and a 2. We rolled a 74 and a 2. And runs down a high pop fly. A shallow left field. Runners will hold. So we'll call that a pop up to the shortstop. Good running catch out there by Metzger. Runner will stay at first. And that brings up George Foster. 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And a 1. Once again, we'll check for an error if we get a play. And this is a 6. It's coming off a Roberts card versus the right-hander. And that's a 42. And that is a strike 3 called on the outside corner.
I just thought it was cute.
Thanks. And that will do it for the 6th. We go to the 7th. 7-4. Strikeout. We don't need to check for error, right? All right, so that brings up... who's up? It's going to be Jack Clark. Who remembers Jack Clark from the 1979 San Francisco Giants? Dave Tomlin trying to hold things down. Clark is 3 for 3. He's only batting .429 on the season. Not bad. He's got 2 doubles and a single himself. 8. So that is going to come off of Clark's card. Oh, it's a 12. And he's going to go 4 for 4 as he singles into, let's see, he's a left-hander. So that would be 12 would be into left field. Clark just drives it wherever they throw it. And it's going to fall in. Clark is a C stealer. They will not worry about stealing them. Darrell Evans. That is a 10, so it's coming off of Evans' card, but it's an 81. That will be an out. And a 75, he is an LP. 75 is going to be a deep fly, and that means the runner at first is going to move up on the deep fly to right field. I've had that a couple times. Let's make sure Clark is a C. You need to be, yes. So he can move up on the deep fly. So Clark moves up with one out. Mike Ivy with a home run, as double and a strikeout so far. 7. It's going to come off of Tomlin's card. 25. And that's going to be single into right field. Single into right. And the runner at second. Now we got to see what happens to the runner at second. Runner at second is Clark. And that was a single with the runner at second. Single outfield runner in second. Here we go. And he is a B runner. We already saw that. He rolled a 53. And it came off of the batter's card. Right. Came off the batter's card. So B, 11 to 48. He will score. It's a 53, so he will hold at third on the single. Single, and going to third will be Clark. So runners at the corners now with only one out. That brings up Mark Hill. Tomlin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's not tired. So he can stay in there. Tomlin's trying to get some outs here, and the defense is going to play corners in. Mark Hill. And that's an 11 and a 33. That's coming off of Hill's card. 33 is strike 3 called on. That was a good pitch there, and that will be a strikeout. Well-needed strikeout there by the Reds pitcher, Dave Tomlin. 2 outs now. Runners at the corners. He was back in normal, and he got Metzger up with the pitcher spot. They don't want to load the bases, because they'll probably pinch hit for the batter, or for the pitcher. So it's up to Metzger. They're going to have to pitch to him. And that's a 6 and a 47. So a 6, he is going to be left-handed. He's going to be right. So it's going to come off of Tomlin. And a 47. And that will be an out. And they're going to get out of the inning. And 18 against an RN. 18 is a ground ball to first. We go to the bottom of the 7th, stretch time here at Riverfront Stadium. 7-4 is your score. Oh, take me out to the ball game and take me out with the crowd. Ouch, drop the dice. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back, so it's root for the Reds. If they don't win, it's a shame. But it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Dave Little's in the house. Dave Dresden against Dave Roberts. Dan Dresden against Dave Roberts. It's a battle of Dans and Daves and Dave Littles and all kinds of D's coming up my ears here. That's a 6 and a 5, which means we're going to be checking clutch defense 12 against the LP. And that's going to be the pitcher. That's Dave Roberts. He's a 4 pitcher. Let's see what Dave Roberts can do with it. And 23 and a 4 is going to be hard grounder back to the pitcher. Lead runner is thrown out and batter out. Double play. But in this case, there's no one on. So it's just going to be a normal. Great play by the pitcher there. Had it in plenty of time. He was looking around to see if there was anyone on base. He forgot there was no one on base. That brings up Johnny Bench. We're in the bottom of the 7th. 7-4 is your score. And Roberts, and that's an 11. He's coming off a Bench's card. 27 and 11. And that's going to be hit in the left field. Not able to catch that one is going to be Terry Whitfield. And Bench is rounding first. He's hustling all the way, and he's going to be sliding into second with a double. 1-out double by Johnny Bench. That brings up Rick Auerbach. Rick Auerbach. 1 and 11, so we're going to be checking for an error. And 11 is going to come off of Auerbach's card, but a 76. It's going to be too high. That'll be an out. And the out is a 58. Left-handers RN. RN and a 58 is a ground liner at the shortstop. L6. Got that one before it hit the ground. Scoops it up. Bench dives back just barely. We do need to check for an error on the shortstop, though. A good thing I kept that dice out. The shortstop, of course, we just know off the top of our head it's Metzger. And he's got an error of 5. Let's roll that 20-sider. And that is a 7. Oh, he almost dropped it. And that would have been tragedy there, as I would have had to redo that whole play. And with the 2 outs now, runner at second for Cesar Geronimo. Do you pitch to him and bring up the pitcher spot and make them get rid of Dave Tomlin? No, I think they're just going to go after him. And that is going to be checking for an error again. That is a 1. It's a 3, so it's coming off of Robert's card. A 35 lefty. Strike 3 called. Perfect pitch. That was a fastball, blew it right by him. Oh my gosh, Geronimo didn't even see that one coming. No error check needed, as that is a strikeout. We go to the top of the 8th. And due up is the aforementioned Dave Roberts. So it looks like the Reds are going to go to their bullpen, or their bench again. That's what I meant to say. And they're going to bring in, holy cow, where is this guy coming from? Where is this guy coming from? Ooh, nearly. Arturos DeFreitas, I think. Something like that. So pinch hitter. Nope, that's the wrong team, dummy. Okay, back to reality now. We're just kidding. Just joshing you. Just joshing, seeing if everyone's awake out there. I think it's going to be for San Francisco. It's going to be... That's right. It's going to be Johnny the Master. Since this is the weekend of the Masters, Johnny the Master is going to come in and pinch hit. Johnny coming in. Who let Michael Bolton into the chat room? Good one, Dave. Alrighty, Johnny LeMaster's coming in. Dave Tomlin. Dave. I got Dave of the brain. 1, 2. He hasn't. 2 hits. No walks so far. And a hit by pitch. So he's actually got a reliever of 4. He's let 3 men on, so he could stay out as long as he would like to stay out. Johnny LeMaster might have something to say about that. 9 is coming off of LeMaster. 56 is out versus the lefty. RN of 38. RN 38. That's a ground ball to third. Ground ball to third, please. One more time. Thank you. 1 up, 1 down. That brings up the top leadoff. Oh, we don't need that. We can go back to our regular. Billy North, 2 for 4 today. 1, we'll be checking for an error if need be, and that is an 11. So it's North's card, 31, left-hander 31, and that's going to be hit in the gap into center field. Base hit. Center fielder is Cesar Geronimo. Right here he is. He's an E1, so pretty solid. Unless we roll 1, it will on the 20-sider. No, he rolled a 20, so he made the play, but it was a double, so more trouble here as Tomlin, I think is going to be done. And we got we got Whitfield coming up. He's a lefty. So they're going to leave him in to face off against Terry Whitfield. He's actually 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 9, so that is going to be outside the range of Tomlin. It's going to come off of Whitfield's card. 3-3. Oh my gosh, back-to-back doubles? No, 3-3, 3-3, 3-3. 3-3's down here. I was looking over here. He's a left-hander. It's a good thing they left Tomlin in because 3-3 versus a right-hander would have been a double. 3-3 is a strike 3 called. So good thing they left Tomlin in. But now with the righty coming up, Tomlin is going to have to come out. Doug Bear. I don't... let's look up Doug Bear. So for Cincinnati, yeah, whatever. We gotta remember. We gotta add a player because they don't have Doug Blair. Let's try it this way. P-A-I-R. P-A-I-R. G-O-U-G. We don't know. Is he lefty or righty? He is a righty. Okay. So save the roster. Okay. Switch back. New pitcher. Doug Bear. 9. Sure. All right. Now, hopefully I've got his card. After all that. Yeah, Doug Bear. There he is. So Doug Bear is coming in for the Reds. Doug Bear is coming in, and he's a right-hander to face off against Bill Madlock, the righty. There's 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. Oh, error check possibly again, depending on what the outcome is. That's an 8. So it's going to come off of Madlock's card. 78, though, is out of range. That will be an out. Right-hander RN, 25 RN. And that's going to be grounded to second. And that's going to do it for the top of the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th is 7-4. Things have started to calm down here after that wild and wacky first 4 innings. And we got a new pitcher. We need to bring in a new pitcher. Right? No, wait. Did we bring in... see... Oh, right. We brought in Doug Bear, but now it's a spot. But, right, we still need a new pitcher, though. Right? Dave Roberts. Wait a minute. Yeah, because we brought in Johnny LeMaster. Right. Okay, so we do need a new pitcher. That could be a problem. I only have so many cards. If we bring in a new pitcher, let's see who we've not brought in so far. Yes. Tom Griffin, we haven't brought him in. Yeah, it's gotta be Tom Griffin. Tom Griffin. All right, so Tom Griffin's going to come in to pitch for the Giants against somebody for Cincinnati again. Pinch hitter. Boy, these pinch hitter bringing people in is crazy. Whew. We already brought in like half of their damn bench. But this time it will be Arturo De Francis. Arturo De Francis coming in to pinch hit. There he is, Arturo De Francis. Arturo De Francis. For the Reds, here in the bottom of the 8th, it's a 7-4 ball game. 6, and that's coming off a Griffin's card. 22, right-hander, 2-2. That is a, wow. That is huge strikeout range. 11 to 41. Wow, you do not want it to come off of his card, because that is going to be a strikeout for half the damn time. Wow. Tom Griffin for the Giants. What is up with you? All right, so that takes us back to the leadoff man. That is going to be Ken Griffey. Rumor has it that his wife is pregnant. Due any moment now. They're supposed to have a son. We'll see how he turns out. Ken Griffey here. 7 against the lefties coming off of Griffin's card. 41 is a walk. So he walks again. Griffey walks again. 3 walks in a row for Griffey. Concepcion 3 for 4 today. 10 is coming off of Concepcion. 52 right-hander. Another walk. Oh my God. You're killing me with these walks. The 2 men aboard. That brings up the tying run in the form of Joe Morgan. He's got 2 walks. He's 6. This one's coming off of Griffin's card. 21 against the lefty. Oh my gosh, that's going to be a base hit. Single into center field. And let's see what happens. Ken Griffey, what is your speed? You are a B. This came off the pitcher card. Single off the pitcher card. And that means the center fielder is Bill North. We got to look up some information off of Bill North. He's a T2. Let's see. Is the runner from second going to score or be held? T2. 67 and 61 to 78. He's going to move to third, so they're going to hold the bases loaded here. Holds the runner. And that's going to bring up Foster. Oh, Millie, we're in the bottom of the 8th. Bases are loaded, 1 out. The Giants are going to play defense back. They do not care about giving up a run. They need the out. Back in normal. They do not need something crazy to happen. George Foster is up. 302 average. 386 on base. And a 561 slugging. 30 home runs. Oh, nearly. Tom Griffin, righty-righty matchup. 1. So a possible error check, depending on what happens here. And that is a 9. It's coming off of Foster's card. 63 right-hander, 63, strike 3 called. Oh my gosh, what a time for a strikeout. Unbelievable. Tom Griffin, that slider fell in there perfectly. George Foster walks back to the dugout, just slams his back down. That brings up Dan Dresden. They have no one to bring off the bench anymore. They have to use these players. They can't be pinch hitting for anyone. Dan Dresden against Tom Griffin. He is a left-hander anyways. So, oh, that one foul. Probably heard it bouncing across the table there. And that is going to be a 7. Left-hander. That's coming off of Griffin's card. 54. That'll be an out, and they're going to get out of it. Jam here in the bottom of the 8th. 74, Dresden is an LP, and a 74, LP 74, fly ball to center field. And that is going to take us to the 9th. Whoa, nilly. Well, I guess the Reds are going to have to bring in a pitcher. And it's going to have to be Pedro something or another. Pedro, where are you? There you are. Bourbon. Pedro Bourbon. And we got a new pitcher. Yes, and he does not have a thing. Lineup manager. Add a player. Bourbon. Pedro. Pedro is a right-hander. Save the roster. Okay. And he'll be batting 9th if it ever gets there, but we'll see. Alrighty, let's see what happens here. Pedro Bourbon is +2 again. Anytime he rolls a walk against the opposing player. And due up is Jack Clark. Jack Clark led off the 7th inning with a single. Bourbon is a right-hander. Almost dropped the dice, but I got it. Jack. That's a 5. It's going to come off of... Oh, he's only a 2-4 versus right-hander. So that's going to come off of Clark's card, but a 77. It's going to be out of range. That'll be an out. Clark against the righties at RP. 53, RP, and that is a grounder to short. Grounder to short. And that brings up one out, Daryl Evans. Evans is 0 for 3 with a walk. And that's a 9. It's going to come off Evans' card 35. Right-hander 35. And he strikes him out. Strike 3 on the fastball. Swing and a miss. Daryl Evans down on strikes. And Mike Ivy. Oh, he's Mr. Dangerous here. He's a triple away from the cycle. Home run in the 1st. Double in the 5th. Single in the 7th. Home triple. If he hits a triple, he rolls a right-hander. If he rolls a 24, he will hit for the cycle. It is not a 24. It's an 11. But it's off the pitcher card. An 11 is going to be an infield single by Mike Ivy. So he goes 4 for 5. 4 for 5. Doesn't hit for the cycle, but he just gets on base again. What's his steal rating? He's a D stealer, so he's not going to go anywhere. Brings up Mark Hill. Bourbon trying to keep things close. Possible error check. Let's see how this play results. It's an 8, so it's coming off a Hill. 56, and that'll be an out. And we will check for an error. It's a 41 versus a right-hand RN. RN 41 is going to be to third base. That is going to be Rick Auerbach. Rick Auerbach at third is a 7. Uh-oh. 1 to 7, and this one will be an error. It is a 10, no error. So that's going to do it for the top of the 9th. Ground ball to third, and we go to the bottom of the 9th. San Francisco trying to win this one. 3 outs away, and due up is going to be Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench. 1 for 4 today is Johnny, and Tom Griffin will. Tom Griffin. 1, 2, 3. Tom Griffin. Yeah, they will leave Tom Griffin in there. They will not leave him in there, actually. I might need to spend a second and get a look at my charts here to see who the San Francisco closer was. Alright, so San Francisco. Let's see. Alright, so for closer, Saves. Let's see who they had. Who had a lot of saves for them? Anybody? Oh, here's a guy with 20. Oh, it was Gary Lavelle. Right, who was supposed to stay in a long time, but he didn't. So they've already used up their... Well, they're going to leave Tom Griffin in, I guess, then. They're going to leave him in. Wesley, what's up, man? From Southern Indiana. I've often turned in on the Reds home games on radio late at night. Yes, awesome. I watched many Reds games when I lived in Ohio, so... Johnny Bench, 3 outs. Tom Griffin needs to get 3 outs. And possible error... It's a 12, so it's coming off of Johnny Bench's card. That is going to be a 37. 37 will be a strikeout to Johnny Bench. Steve Wright, 3. And that brings up Rick Auerbach. Rick Auerbach is 1 for 3 with a walk. Rick... and 8. So it's coming off of Auerbach's card. That is a 42. 42 is a strikeout. So back-to-back strikeouts. And the Reds are down their final out here. Heck of a comeback from earlier. Now they just need to finish it up. Cesar Geronimo, last hope for the Reds. And the pitcher spot due up next. So let's see if Cesar can keep things going. Oh, that one foul. One of the little white dice flew off the tray. Cesar Geronimo. Oh, it's a 6 and a 10, which would have been a BD check. Clutch batting, but there's no one on, so we have to re-roll. It's an 11, so it's coming off Geronimo's card. This time it's a 45. Walked him. He keeps it alive, and now that sucks because I've got to find somebody for the Reds to bring in. They've already used Collins. They've already used Knight. They've already used Euphrates. So now I've got to go deep into the annals of trying to figure out who the Reds have got. Who's available. Who hasn't played? Who's on the team? Did we bring in Junior Kennedy? I don't think we actually brought in Junior Kennedy, though. Have we? Did we use... If we bring in pinch hitter Kennedy... Oh, no. Junior Kennedy is available. I think I actually have a Junior Kennedy card. So it's going to be Junior Kennedy. Because that's the last person on the bench. It's got to be. I mean, they used up just about everybody else. And I'm pretty sure I have a Junior Kennedy card somewhere. We all should have Junior Kennedy cards somewhere. Sports games, baseball, Statis Pro, 79, Cincinnati. Where are you, Junior? There you are. Not the Junior, but a Junior. Junior Kennedy comes in, trying to keep things at least get on board for Ken Griffey Sr. Rumor has it that they have a baby on the way there. His wife is 8 months pregnant and due any moment. Junior Kennedy's up. And here we go. 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th. It's a 2 on the special dice and nothing special. It's a 5. So this is coming off of Griffin's card, and that is a 33. And that, against the right-hander, is a strikeout. Tom Griffin strikes out the sign, and this one is going to go to the Giants. A 7-4 victory. 14 hits by San Francisco. 4 by Cincinnati. So, for 6-4. Yeah, so the starters, I was looking to see if we end the game. The win is going to go to Montfusco. Whom is going to take the loss. And the save, was there a save opportunity? There was a save opportunity, actually. He got 3 outs in the 9th. Griffin with the save. There you go. Sure, override, doesn't matter. Game number 2's in the books for the season, and so far, the Reds and the Giants split the first 2 games. Again, I'm not going to be doing much of this 79 season. I've got cards on the way, so I wanted to get a few games under my belt and get some practice in. And I thought, well, I don't usually do older baseball, 70s, 80s, 90s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. So if I'm only going to do a couple games, we might as well try something from the old days. The old days where Dave Whittle was sitting there watching his little black and white 18-inch black and white TV, eating his little Hungry Howies, and watching the TV, yelling and screaming at the Reds. All right, guys, there you go. That's it from Riverfront Stadium. Interesting game. Boy, it was a wild and wacky one. The first 4 innings were great. Then kind of in the middle, everything kind of settled down really well. Still lots of hits, but not a lot of scoring after that. 79, I was 15, says Dave Whittle. All right, he was still sitting on his couch with his little black and white TV, thinking about little Mary from math class while he's daydreaming about Mary watching the baseball game. All right, that's it for us. Thank you all for joining us. Dave Whittle, Wesley, Quentin Parks, Dave Garner, Tabletop Sports Network, Philip Reynolds. I'm sure he's happy the Giants won. Bob Strat, Baseball History, and DC and Dave Garner. DC and Dave Gardner. That's crazy. We'll see you all soon. So, your final score from Riverfront Stadium: the San Francisco Giants 7 runs on 14 hits, no errors. Cincinnati 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. Season split so far, 1 game each, and we'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.